It's a new day and we are excited to bring you another tutorial. This what we have here is an iPad 12.9. This one is the third generation. Same procedure will work for the iPad Pro fourth generation, which has like four square little camera right here. Show you really quick right here. iPad Pro 12.9, 3 or 4 generation. So this screen is good for both of them. So we have this iPad with a really bad screen. We are going to replace it. Stay tuned for more. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icons so you don't miss future videos. Thank you. I'm gonna use again, I always use this type of tool for my repairs. I leave a link down in the description. If you don't have this type of equipment or you haven't purchased it, you can always use a hair dryer or a heat gun. Alright, let's turn this on. It's gonna heat up to 100 degrees Celsius. It's gonna help out, but just making this screen a little bit hot, and it's gonna just make a split that screen from the frame a little bit easier. Okay, this heating mat barely fit for this humongous iPad. So you guys can see it barely fit, but it's good enough even to work on this. We're gonna wait a few minutes if it's possible just to get this hot so we can start with this repair. Meanwhile, I'm gonna show you the replacement screen right here. As you guys can see, this part is humongous, just like the iPad. Always take a look at your screen to see if you're gonna need something from the old screen. I see two cables right here. I don't know what they're about. We might gonna use these two cables right here. We don't know yet when we open this tablet, but we see the connection for the LCD and the digitizer are right here. So when we open this tablet, we have to make sure we don't break anything in case we need to transfer some of the parts from the old one to the new one. The 100% we need to transfer is the Face ID, which will be located on the top of your iPad right there by the front camera. So stay in watch for that cable. So this iPad is already hot. I'm gonna grab my razor blade and I'm going to flip this. You can always shut up your device if it allows you. It did let me turn it off, which will be the best case, but sometimes they are so badly broken that it doesn't even let you turn it off. Don't worry about it. And I'm gonna start from the right side. All right, we have to make sure we keep this warm because that's gonna be our best option to remove this quickly and without more damage. If you give a very good amount of heat right here and using your razor blade, just create a little gap right there so you guys can see. Just enough to slide your playing card. And with your playing card, just slide it down. Don't push it all the way in. What we want to split is we want to separate the glass from the frame right there. It just has a little bit of adhesive on the edges. It doesn't have adhesive on the middle, so you don't have to worry about that. And I'm gonna do it again right here. Like I said, when it's a big piece, it's easier to separate it, but when it's like completely broken, like on that corner, it's a little bit more problem because of course the pieces of glass will fall apart. All right, let's keep doing this. If you feel like it's giving you a little bit of force, just go back and hit it a little bit more. So we're gonna be playing like that. We're gonna hit it and keep splitting, hitting and keep splitting it. And remember, do never just pull a screen right off the devices. We have cables attached to the main board. You don't wanna rip any of those cables before you know what they are for. You can end up damaging the iPad or iPhone or any other gadget completely. All right, so we're advancing really nice and quick right here. Like I said, on the top by the front camera, take a few more steps, maybe a few more seconds. Just be really careful, take more time, relax. And by the front camera we have other cables like the Face ID cable. We want to save that for our new screen, so we're gonna watch out for those. I hope the camera is catching what I'm trying to do here. I'm just digging with my playing card just deep enough to split the glue. I'm not going all the way in the tablet. So right now I can see the cable right there, which is for the Face ID. Let me see if I can show you. It's a cable around there. Let me go a little bit more. So I reached that part where we have all these pieces of glass already coming apart. So it's very good that this time we start from the other side. You see, all these repairs not always are the same. So sometimes it's better to start from different points on the device. It's just, you got to make sure wherever you start, it's just is suited for the device you're working at the moment. Okay, you see, by mistake we pressed the power button. Okay, so now it's basically, the screen is already loose. I haven't pulled it out for a reason. Let me shut off my heating mat because I think we have enough heat for now. Let me shut it down one more time. Okay, so you guys can see this screen is already loose from the frame. It's already split, but we cannot pull it because we have a cable right here. So you guys can see we have a cable right here, which is the front Face ID. It's holding down by 2 screws. All right, let me grab my heating mat and put it on the side. I don't need it anymore, so I need to remove these 2 screws holding down the Face ID. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just do this right now and see if I can maybe focus a little bit. Oh, I think you guys can see that. These 2 screws. We're gonna use our Phillips screwdriver for those. And we're going to remove it. So by doing that, it's gonna give me a little more room to play with the screen. So let me just unplugged that cable. There we go. That cable is being disconnected, so you guys can see. And now we're gonna come over here and we can lift the screen just like that. So you guys can see, we lift our screen just like so. And it's gonna reveal another part of the video, which is this little plate down here, which is held down by 5 screws. Let me see if I can zoom in. It's held down by 5 screws. We're gonna remove these 5 screws just so we can completely remove this screen once for all. All right, those are 5 screws. These big iPads can be a little bit intimidating, but once you start to work on them, you get a little bit comfortable and it's just another device to repair. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 cables attached to this one. Let's unplug them. Actually, is 4 of them. So you guys can see, the more you unplug, the more they revealed. All right, you see? Now, we have this iPad open. We have the iPad Pro 12.9, the screen already removed from the whole frame. All right, let's grab this screen. Let me put this frame on the side. I always work like this before I throw away my old screen. I'm going to see if I need something. Something that I definitely am going to need is the Face ID. And for the Face ID, we are going to use again my heating mat. Why? Because the Face ID is basically held down by adhesive, or is kind of like glued down. It's basically just a big long cable glued down to the screen. So let me bring back again my heating mat, and I'm going to heat up this area right here. So you see we have like basically like 4 different sensors, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So all of them really important for the functioning of the Face ID and proximity sensor, and many other things. Your Apple ID, it control a lot of the stuff. So let's just wait for this to get a little hot. And same thing with my razor blade. I'm gonna be trying to just kind of lift those sensor. Okay, I got one of them right there. So you guys can see that's how it's gonna look. Little white tip on the top. And because this is also getting really hot, I can just peel like this cable that is held down by with adhesive. If I can preserve the adhesive, it's gonna be really good, because I can use the same adhesive to reinstall it on the new screen. All right, so we have one there, and we're gonna proceed to the other one. The good thing with this heating mat is that we can keep working on our devices while we have it laid down on this heating mat. It's totally a game changer. These tools are really game changer, make our lives a lot easier, and the repair a lot more easier too. So all right, there we go. We have 2 parts of this cable undone, and let's go for the other one. This one is lifting by itself, I see. It's just held down by a little bit of adhesive. This other one is also glued down with some type of liquid glue. Okay, take your time, just don't pull anything. If you see like the cable is not giving up, stop and find a other way to bring it out. So that's how we're gonna remove the whole Face ID cable and things like that. All right, another thing that I just find out, remember our new screen, it only comes with 2 cables. So you guys can see our old LCD has 4 cables. So these 2 cables might be the one that are missing right here for these 2 connections. So what are we gonna do, or what we must do is I'm gonna shut this down and put it on the side. We are going to peel off. There seems to be a little tape right here hiding these 2 screws. We can even save this tape. We can use it for our new screen. And there is 2 screws right here. Let's remove those. And it's a little plate. There we go, it's a little plate. And there is 2 connections right here. This is also glued down into the frame of the back of the iPad. And boom, we have another 2 cables. Now we can put our old screen on the side. It seems like we don't need anything from it anymore. Okay, let's grab our old screen, our new screen, I'm sorry. And let's put those 2 cables back in place into the new screen. Make sure you connect them well. Make sure the connection in a Lego type is all the way nice and connected. And let's put the little plate holding this down, and secure it with the 2 screws. There you go, just like so. I'm gonna remove all these plastics. There we go. Make sure I'm getting our screen ready because we need to install it at any time. So that's how it's gonna look. That's how we have to make sure it looks. And to cover this, we use the same tape we had in our original LCD. There we go. We are almost there. We are almost there. Right here on the top, I'm going to probably use a little bit of adhesive. I have my clear adhesive, the B7000. I'm gonna just put a little bit on the sides, just like they had it before, so you guys can see this. If my camera can focus sometime, right here they use the same type of adhesive just to secure that's like the proximity sensor, I believe, for the Face ID. Let me grab my glue and I'll be right back. Right, I grabbed my B7000 and I'm going to peel off right here some more plastics. I'm going to peel off some plastic. At this point we can also remove this the 3M glue protection. It's a lot of plastic to remove here. Always make sure you remove it even before you're going to install the screen. There we go. I think we have some plastic even covering our sensors right here. Make sure you remove it. Another way you're gonna have problems at the moment of using your Face ID. All right, make sure all the little sensor openings, camera, are not covered. And do not get confused with this one. Do not get confused, because as you guys can see, you cannot mistake one of them. This one is a microphone. It's gonna have a little mesh, a little metal mesh right there. It's gonna look different, and also in your screen there is gonna be a very, very tiny hole. It's gonna be a very tiny hole right there. If you put it like against the light, you're gonna see a really tiny hole. That's where the where our little microphone is going. So it's gonna be a point where we're gonna like start probably, and make sure we do it right there. Then I'm gonna just stick this with the same adhesive that I had, because I preserved the adhesive that it had on the old screen, and we're gonna put it right there. So it has to be on the other it has to cover the other part of the sensor, which is on the other side. All right, and there is where we're gonna use our clear glue just to secure it, because these little sensors, they need to stick right there. So like I said, make sure the sensor stays right there on the opening. The screen has a little shade right there where the sensor is supposed to go. So we have one there, and now we need to secure the second one. This is the good thing about this glue. It's like it reminds me like a shoe glue, the glue for the shoes. let it dry a little bit, and when you blow it, it just kind of stick in there. And it's just gonna hold the sensor in place. There we go. And we're gonna go for the last one now. All right, this one also has to be in range. There we go. And apply a little bit. This is probably the more difficult part of this repair. This is gonna be the difficult part, to adjust and kind of align. There is no such a book to do this exactly. You kind of have to you're gonna have to play with it. But it's different from the iPads that we did before. You have to play around with the home button. On this one, you have to play around with the Face ID. So it's two different things. So I put this cable right there. We're gonna let it dry. Meanwhile, we have this drying. I'm going to grab the frame. Here we have our frame, and we gonna clean it. We're gonna remove the other pieces of glass that stay attached to the frame, and any glue that is also attached to the frame. So let's clean it up and keep going with the repair. Okay, that's the all the broken glass and some glue leftovers that we had on this iPad. And from here we can grab our toothbrush. If you have a toothbrush, you can grab a toothbrush and you can like brush it. Make sure there is no pieces of glass like this attached to it, or even sometimes they can stick to the battery, and when you close it you can damage your screen and the battery at the same time, and that's gonna be a really sad day. All right, just like so. Just gonna brush it up. Just gonna brush it like that, just like so. Is nice and clean. We have a little problem right here on this corner, so you guys can see. Sometimes if you don't pay attention, we're gonna have to trim this corner a little bit, because you see, like, it was probably hit the floor exactly on this spot, and I got this little ding. Okay, so we're gonna try to make a space for the new screen, because if we lay our new screen on top of this, it might get broken again just by touching this hard metal with the glass. So let me grab my little Dremel, and we're gonna do something around here. Okay, that's good enough. We just have to make sure we make space for the new screen. We can always, before you even attempt to glue down the screen, you can grab your new screen and kind of measure and see if it's going to get in there. Yep, it looks good. Yeah. Always, especially in these iPads, before you glue anything down, make sure there is enough space for the new screen. All right, let me just clean this up. I'm gonna grab the new screen. I have all the little cables on place. I'm going to remove the 3M covers for the glue. I'm going to now go ahead and connect these 4 cables. One advice I give you, try not to mess too much with the cables. Remember, on this type of iPads, we have the battery right there. You gotta be very precise if you want to use one of those bands to put yourself, like ground bands, I think it's called. You can use them. I mean, I don't usually recommend those, but on this case I usually tell you to use it. Okay, we're gonna connect first the big cables. Let me see, that's the order how they come. I'm going to connect first the LCD cable. Okay, sometimes it's kind of tricky to connect these cables. Just gotta believe in yourself and make sure they click on properly. Then we have another 2 cables. This one goes on the left and the last one on the right. There you go. Let's secure these cables with the plate. Make sure don't lose this plate, is very important, because if you don't use this plate, this little metal holding down those cables, you can, like, maybe if you drop this iPad once, one of those cables it's gonna become loose and the iPad is gonna stop working, and it's all your work is gonna be waste. You're gonna have to open this iPad and risk to break the screen again. All right, let's secure this with 5 screws. Just in case you forgot how many they were, is 5 of them. Okay, there we go. And now what I'm gonna do is, it's nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong if you test this iPad as is without connecting the Face ID cable. I know it's more tricky to connect it, so at this moment you can always go ahead and try to turn on this iPad. Okay, push the power button there, and wow, it's just, let me remove this plastic, it make it look like ugly. Let me remove it. Yeah, it's gonna give me the Face ID warning because I haven't connected that cable. I'm gonna just kind of test this screen. I'm not gonna test it in full because we need the passcode, but I advise you to put your passcode and test all the letters on this on the keypad. Go and type every single letter, go to the menu, open the camera, open everything. I advise you to do that before you close it down. It's a really good practice. Before you close it down, test every single thing on this iPad, because you don't want to close it and then something is not working. I give you that advice. I'm not gonna do it right now, but please do it like that. Okay, so now we test our screen. Everything is good. It's kind of trying to stick in there because it's gonna be more tricky after we connect the Face ID cable. We're not gonna have like the freedom to move our screen like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to apply B7000 around the frame, you know, exactly where the adhesive was. I'm not gonna apply adhesive. This one already have some adhesive, but I'm gonna just give it a little more secure seal with this glue, multi-purpose adhesive B7000. I'm gonna apply it. After that, I'm going to connect this cable, put the little plate, and close the iPad. Let's do that right now so you can watch how I do it. Okay, I have my glue already set up. Now I'm going to connect that Face ID cable, which is the last cable that we are going to connect for this iPad. All right, almost there. Okay, I have it secure. And now we are going to put the little plate. It's a very tiny plate. And secure it with the 2 screws. There we go. That's 1, that's 2. All right, now let's just lay our tablet back into the frame. Make sure it's nothing in between, and just close it down. There we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. We're almost done here. I'm going to secure it and let it dry. I'm gonna use these clamps. If you guys don't have this type of clamps, you can always use like say rubber bands. But in this case, this one being so big like this, I really encourage you maybe to get some clamps. You can get the type of clamps that hold little objects. You can find it on Home Depot. I wish I can show you one of those right now. You can get in Home Depot, gonna cost you a few dollars. You can use those type of clamps. For now, we're gonna use these ones because those are the ones we always used. This repair, it looks, or like maybe I explain it more difficult than what it is. But literally, that's it. So you guys can see, if I shut it down one more time, our Face ID, you see we have a little sign that the Face ID not working. Shut it down. And I'm gonna turn it back on. And this tablet is actually, it's for one of my family members. So those kids on the screen they are my nephews. As you guys can see, the Face ID warning disappeared, and I don't think they have set up the Face ID for this one, but I forgot to even ask for the passcode to test it. I will call them and test it before I deliver it back to them. I bet you they're gonna be really happy. For after so long, they give me this tablet very long time. I just been really busy. I couldn't finish it, so I was really like just waiting for the right time to make a very nice job, and like I always do. But okay guys, so that's the end of this video. I hope this video helped you on having an idea of how to repair one of these a iPad Pro 12.9 screen. This is what it takes to fix one of these. The screen is actually like that. It comes like this. You can find a way around, like just replacing the glass. It requires like a factory machinery to do that. As you guys can see, this comes super glued down. It's not like the regular tablet like Samsung, I mean like iPad 7, iPad 8 or 9. Just do a digitizer replacement. This is a complete assembly. So that's it guys, that's it for this video. I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. I guess I'll see you back in the next one. There's always gonna be a next one. Thank you guys, see you, bye. If you like this video, maybe you can click on one of these or one of the other ones. There's a few of them. Thank you. Be nice. I'll see you in the next one.